Future's mine and it's no disgrace, because in the end the past means nothing. The next song is I Hope I Think I Know. So yep, we have skipped right over the dud that is Stand By Me, more on that later, to the fifth song on the album. Yeah, I Hope I Think I Know is one of the more straightforward songs on this album. It's very straightforward instrumentation, just guitar, drum and bass. There might be a sort of shaken tambourine in there as well, but it's mostly just a nice guitar riff, a really great guitar melody to open the song. Like it's just really catchy guitar riff that sort of goes in throughout the song. The vocal melody is also really catchy and just a really strong melody. People try hard to put me in my place, and that's why I have to keep rolling. But just the vocal lines and the bridge into the chorus, it's just a masterwork in pop songwriting. Really, the lyrics are not as great as work. They're just perfectly fine lyrics with a couple of really good couplets. There's 5 or 6 really good sort of couplets that I got picked up from the lyric sheet there when I was reading it. This is just sort of a bog standard Oasis song, and it's brilliant. And if say Stereophonics or somebody released the song, it'd be maybe one of their top 10 songs. When Oasis does it, as the rankings say there, it's sort of very well, being a 40th best song of a band doesn't sound like that much of a credit, but when you're Oasis, having your 40th best song is actually really creditable. I wish it had more of a life than it does. It's an album track off one of their most divisive albums, and it's just sort of got lost in the firmament somewhere, whereas it really deserves to be sort of better known. Like I would sort of put it in sort of mid-40s of their best songs, but some bands do a 3-hour set, Noel. Just saying. So I skipped over Stand By Me because even at the time I found that song utterly tedious, and it has only grown in its legend ever since then. I find the melody, especially in the chorus, Stand By Me, so flat and unmelodious, if that makes sense. And then it got associated with Princess Diana dying, so it just got tossed everywhere. And if it weren't for Elton John sort of scrambling to fix up that song he wrote about Marilyn Monroe, it would have went number 1, which it did sort of capture the spirit of the moment. Like, they couldn't really play, so the nation was in mourning, so they had to play something sad, and this song came out just right at the right time. Except the Verve got to number 1 before Elton John got his song out, so the Verve sort of got that sort of moment of grief that the radio stations needed a song to play that wasn't too upbeat and happy, because the nation was Britain was going through this sort of existential angst over. So the Verve got the number 1, and with not even their best song, and not even their best song off that album, not even the best single off that album, not even the best song off that album, and Oasis was taken over by Elton John jumping in with his Candle in the Wind. It was just a bizarre sort of era of music, that sort of prolonged era when Elton John song, like, records were just flying off. Like, people were literally coming out shops with like that amount of CD singles, like, and they're just sending them out to America and sending them out to all sorts, like. But Stand By Me, and then I came up with the Halifax ad as well very recently, and it's on the tour set list, whereas I Hope I Think I Know isn't, and I think that's a fucking tragedy, to be quite honest. I can't stand By Me. I pretty much prefer the other song called Stand By Me, after which a film was named after, from way back in the 60s. But stick around, number 38 is coming up next.